are live! Yay! Can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. All right, cool. So, welcome again to STEMbassy Live. My name is Raven, the science maven, also known as Raven Baxter in the real world. But online, I'm Raven, the science maven. And this is my science talk and game show where I host 3 fabulous, fantastic STEM ambassadors every Sunday. And we have a great time. It's a kiki. It's a productive conversation. We talk about hot topics. We talk to the audience. It's a good chance for you guys to get any questions answered if you've ever had a question for somebody in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Before I introduce or bring in our 3 guests today, I want you guys to share the stream right now. If you can, host a watch party. Let's get as many people in the chat as possible, because the more people that are here, the more fun the show is. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, if you're on Instagram, make a post on Instagram. Tell people to join STEMbassy on the STEMbassy Facebook and Instagram sites, okay? And YouTube. Sorry, Facebook and YouTube will be on Instagram later. Okay, so without any further ado, we have a lot to tackle tonight. I'm going to bring in our guests. We have Amanda, Chanel, and Jay!
Hey!
Yes, this is the OG STEMbassy crew. Okay, these are the women that joined me on our very first episode, and we had so much fun. So much fun that they're going to be here tonight, and then they're also going to be here next week.
Next weekend too.
Okay. So, yeah, I'm really glad to have you guys back here. We've all got our drinks prepared. Yes. Okay, we're ready to engage in some scientific discourse, if you will. Okay, and obviously the hot topic for tonight is coronavirus. COVID-19, the novel coronavirus. Actually, I have this right here. Oh dear. Boom.
Nice.
Novel coronavirus.
It's not real unless you have a whiteboard.
19.
That's right.
So this is our topic of the night. Of course, we'll be talking about other things, but since I had this, I wanted to kind of show it to you guys. Just to explain a little bit about the coronavirus. It is a new type of coronavirus that we are experiencing at this point in time. That's why we call it novel. And it's called coronavirus because it looks like this. It's a virus that has a crown on it. And we call this strain of coronavirus COVID-19. And it infects humans via little droplets that are put into the air when you cough, sneeze, or breathe really hard, right? And it infects all different kinds of people, old, young, people who are immunocompromised, right? So we want to make sure that we understand what's going on, because it's affecting a lot of us, right? We're all in the house. We are stuck.
Exactly.
All right? We are stuck here. So let's talk about that, ladies. First of all, how are you guys feeling? Let's introduce ourselves. We have Amanda, Chanel, and Jay here, and we have 10 people in the chat already. So,
yay!
Welcome.
Oh, I need to move it so that I can see the comment. I can't see the live comments yet.
Amanda, you can go first.
Okay, hi, I'm Amanda. I'm an undergraduate at Florida State University, but I got accepted to UCSD, University of California, San Diego.
Congratulations.
Okay, tell them about the program.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. So I will soon be a doctor, and then I can join y'all as doctors. So I'm gonna do my undergraduate honors thesis this Friday on Zoom online.
Yes,
but it's been fun.
Sending all the good vibes.
Yes.
I'll send the link out. We can all join. It's gonna be fine.
You're gonna do great.
She's gonna put that link in so we can all go.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, send us the link so we can like root for you in the
I
comments.
feel
We'll
like
do
I don't know how to do that
We
yet.
can hype you up in the comments.
Is it okay if we? I was gonna say, is it okay if we just cheer you on like silently? I don't want to make you
Yeah, you
nervous.
can go in. I'll probably like lower the comments. I think I have to mute everybody that's not
Okay.
like my committee, but like y'all could go off in the comments.
No, don't mute us. You know what we're gonna do? You know how when they say please don't say anything until all the grads have crossed the stage, and it's that one from us like That's
Yes. I have
gonna be-
one.
Doctor! Yes!
That's my baby. That's my baby.
Yes.
Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Oh my goodness.
We will be there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Chanel, go ahead.
Okay, I'm Chanel. For all of you guys who missed us the first time, I am a cell molecular biologist. I work in human health and toxicology. And that's pretty much it. I kind of want to save the world like one person at a time. But if I can get all of you to wash your hands, that would be the first step.
Okay.
Yes.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands.
Yes, like her
Yes.
shirt says.
Exactly.
Wash your hands. And these are little coronaviruses on here. Okay. Just
Oh my
so you know.
god.
Oh, I didn't catch
I didn't
that.
know that was
Little
it.
coronaviruses. Okay. I'm not playing with y'all. You better watch. I'm
That's
listening.
such a great
If I gotta put it
position.
on the
Oh
t-shirt,
my gosh. Why do I want one of those now? I want one of those.
I do too.
I got
Oh,
y'all.
can you get those? I'll just design them and then we could just, wear them
Yes.
next time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I got y'all. Well, no, I don't, because I can't go to the store. Well,
That's true. Wow.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
want to go
Things
to the
that
store.
have changed.
I got you. I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't-
That
can't-
idea that well, we can make it happen.
Okay, Jay, your turn.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said okay. So hey, I am Jay. I am a UX UI engineering student and now also a international psychology student. I do a lot of stuff, basically. To keep it sweet, I use both of these. I use the psychology behind how we think, how we feel, how we interact with each other, and create not only beautiful apps, but apps that are practical. If you think about the apps that you are using currently, your favorite app, we wear a lot of hats as far as engineers. We create these things thinking of you all to make it a better experience versus the time that you go on a website and you're like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. This looks stupid. So that's what we do as far as researching. And I am very interested in and passionate about reptiles. I love reptiles and women empowerment, especially women of color. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Woo! So let's give another round of applause for our OG STEMbassy crew, Amanda, Chanel, and Jay. Okay, so Jay,
Yes.
do you mind if we talk about your story, about your unfortunate experience this past week?
Yes.
The past couple weeks, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not going to go with the phone calls, but I'm going to tell you what happened to my computer because that's a long story. So basically, I have 3 children. My kids are out like most people, kids are out. And so I wanted to see what was the difference between the school closings up north and here in the South, if there was a difference. So I was looking up a lot of things that had to do with COVID-19 and things like that. I know as a technologist not to click and download on certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm also a student doing a master's course. So if I just so happen to be on my computer 2 o'clock in the night, whether I'm reading or coding, I will fall asleep and something happens. I don't know. But so I woke up the next day, I had no access to my computer. Nothing. I could log in as far as turning the computer on, but I was not an administrator at all. The only thing I did was, reinstall or update my OS system. I have a Mac. And it should not have been an issue, but it turns out that it was. I also got calls from Corona, California, but it's another story. I don't know what that was about. But that leads into what we're about to talk about and how you can basically keep yourself and your technology safe, because there are a lot of scams that are going out. I have a few that I have listed down and some tips, but yeah, my computer thankfully is working now. Thanks to my friend. He is an IT person, and I can send that information to you if you guys want it. But yeah, I had no access to my computer at all. So sad. And I lost a few of my code homework.
Oh my gosh. Those are hard. Those are kind
not easy. Here's the thing. Of course, I know somebody's saying, why do you back it up? Okay, so it also affected my iCloud. My iCloud is connected to my phone, my laptop, my iPad. All of that is connected as well. So I did what I was supposed to do, but I still got, so
Wow.
redo some homework. So this has been a very interesting, tiring weekend.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we got it fixed, so I just have to do my homework over.
So that happened to Jay, right? So Jay downloaded a COVID-19 map, and then she lost access to her computer shortly after.
Yeah.
And then Amanda then came to us with some new information that kind of helped us put 2 and 2 together. So what did you say, Amanda?
So I listened to this podcast. It's called Scam Goddess. Would recommend. It's really good. You stay on top of these things, okay? I had written in to the podcast that there was a scam going around because there's Johns Hopkins has a map and you can like see around the world how many active cases, the recovery, all that stuff. And I've been going on it. My immunology professor has been showing it to us too. So I was like, oh, this is safe. They're saying like someone was sending out like either emails or through Twitter, like posting like an incorrect link that's like listed as the Johns Hopkins COVID map. And if you click it, it basically downloads the Trojan onto your computer and then they're in, you know, they got your iCloud, they got your iPad, they got everything, right? So it was funny because like Jay talked about that and I was like, oh my God, I was just listening to this morning. So it's like, they're taking advantage of this COVID-19 situation.
Yeah, even if you know what not to do, you still have to be careful. And there's some things that give it away, but everybody's not going to have the type of map that you may be looking for as far as information. It's just best to go to the CDC or any actual government, website. But as far as even Amazon too, Amazon is never going to send you a text message. They're never going to call you. The customer service may, but that's something that you agreed to, you opt into. But they're never going to do that. They're never going to do that. So you just really have to watch what you're clicking on, what you're downloading, and just be aware because it could happen to anybody.
It really could. I mean, so I put on Facebook today, I said that the websites that you really should be comfortable with are like the CDC, Center for Disease Control, WHO, right? World Health Organization, and then the NAID, the National Association for Infectious Diseases, I'm pretty sure. But those are all governmental websites. So those should be safe, but be wary about going to like random sketchy websites. And I'm sure Jay, you are very smart. Like you probably just made a mistake, right? Everybody make a mistake. But like if you feel like it's sketchy,
just click off. Close it.
Don't click on it.
And it's so sad that like people are getting taken advantage of in these situations.
Yeah, we just trying to get where it's at. Like we're just trying to get information.
Yeah, exactly. It's just easier now because you're at home, you're kind of bored, and you're just kind of clicking around, just trying to figure out, what. Either you're looking for information or something to entertain you, right? So, but also be careful of the emails. If they're not solicited, do not click on them. Even like little text message. I got a text message the other day, and it said your package is at the UPS.
I got that too. I got that.
No, it's not. Just delete it. Don't even open it. Don't even open the text message because once
do you block those numbers?
You can. There's like I was telling y'all the other day about the fake IP. So those can be created as well as fake, numbers, those burner phones and things like that. If you don't know the number, don't click on it. Like, just don't open it, especially right now. Just don't open it. Just go ahead, go to your phone and delete it before you even open it. Because that's also tied to sex trafficking as well. So just don't. Just be careful. And it's frustrating because it's like, well, we're at home and nothing can happen. But like I just told you, everything's connected now. Like we go for convenience. So just be careful.
So Jay, I was listening to you, but I was also looking at our new co-host.
Yeah,
we got a new co-host.
I know. She's not into it. She doesn't. Hey, come on. No, she's gone. Okay. She'll come back around.
I see a comment that's like, oh, I've gotten the UPS one on my university email, and that's kind of crazy. When I lived on campus, they send you an email to come get your package. So it's like that's like really easy to target like college kids with that one.
It is, but if it's to so you have to look at the whole address as far as an email goes, especially with like university addresses. It ends with edu instead of what is the other one? It's two-letter ending instead of .com or .edu or .gov. Just don't click on that one. Just look at those are the things that are unsolicited. Like you didn't opt into that. That's something new. Somebody's trying to get your information. But that's very possible as well.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're all vulnerable right now because we're in a state of panic. Speaking of panic, how about let's talk about all of the panic shopping that people have done.
Let's
talk about that.
Chanel? Chanel? No,
listen.
You have something very important to say.
Listen, I just want to know, and this is me being just honest with myself and the world. I just would like to know. I would like to ask the world a very, very important question, because I'm seeing a lot of missing. I can't find hand sanitizer anywhere. I cannot find disinfecting wipes anywhere. Not even on Amazon or online. And then what's also kind of weird, this is kind of weird, but like in a good way, but still kind of weird, bar soap is really, really low in stock everywhere I've gone. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a good sign. People are actually starting to wash. That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
But what were you doing beforehand? Like, what were you doing before they said wash your hands? Like, were you just not doing this? Like, why do you need so much soap? Were you not using it at all? And now you want to use, like, oh, I really need this. So, like, I don't get it. I'm trying, but I don't get it. Why do you need so much? And then also TP.
Oh.
Why do you need so much TP? You're in the house. Like,
Amanda said it earlier.
I don't get it. Because Amanda, what did your mom hear?
Well, my mom, I love her. But she thought everyone was getting TP because one of the side effects of the coronavirus was going to
I'm sorry, somebody said, and
that's funny.
But also, I was reading something that like when people freak out and like they feel out of control, they like try to do things to feel in control. And one of the ways they feel in control is like by like preparing, like over preparing. So it's like everyone's just like, oh, I need toilet paper because like, what if we run out?
Yes, you over prepare with the wrong things.
Yes.
Yeah. Get non-perishable things. Get vitamins. Get things that you'll actually need just in case. Something that's going to be gone in maybe half of a month, maybe 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
like those things should be part of your regular. And maybe it's just me, but those are things that I buy on the regular, so I don't have a threat of ever running out of soap or sanitizer or wipes or TP because I buy them regularly.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, how are you running out of these? Like, sorry.
I will say though, my mom, like she did not overbuy TP before I came, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm running out." Like she just happened to be running out by the time this thing was coming up, and she's like, "Oh, if you have toilet paper at home, bring it down because I don't have it in the stores." And luckily, I shopped at Costco for just me, so I had like this big thing of toilet paper. But it's like if I didn't, we'd all be, in a little bit of trouble here.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Wait, did you see what Tabitha said? Did you see?
Urine.
Well, I think the point he's trying to make is because most of the vitamins and multivitamins are water soluble. So he has a point. He has a point. He has a point.
Yeah,
he has a point.
So
if you ever noticed, when you look at multivitamins, the concentration of each vitamin is so high because they're water soluble. So you'll see like 300%, 400% of a certain vitamin because they run right through you. When you drink water, they run out. So they're highly concentrated so that you get at least what you need absorbed before you excrete it through your urine.
I'm glad you said that because I actually did not. I didn't
know that either. I'm out here.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot.
Yeah, most of them are water soluble. Yeah.
I always wonder. I thought it was just cleaning out. You said.
No, most of the vitamins and multivitamins are water soluble.
Hey, the more you know.
Yeah, he's exactly right. You just swoosh right on out. That's also why you notice a different change in color in your urine. It's like fluorescent.
Yeah.
Fluorescent.
Yeah, like fluorescent yellow. You never had neon after multivitamin?
I don't know if like maybe I just don't take the right multivitamin.
Hey.
This is why I hang out with scientists.
I know, right? I know, right?
No.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Have you worked in a hospital where they have to give like, we call it banana bags. So when I was an undergrad, one of the many jobs that I had was working in a pharmacy. And so when someone came in dehydrated or didn't, have vitamins, when you injected the bag with the multivitamin solution, it turned it like yellow. So we called it banana bags because multivitamins they end up turning everything yellow. So
yeah,
interesting.
Oh, now that makes more sense.
Yeah, like fluorescent neon.
Mm-hmm.
Fun facts.
Yeah. Thank you.
Useless information that I will never get out of my head.
If I ever need to call a friend, I have 3.
Yes. Yes. And that's the thing that I love about doing STEMbassy is that we all, even though we're all STEM professionals or STEM ambassadors, and even if we're in the same we can still learn from each other because we've all had different experiences. Like, we studied maybe the same thing, maybe not, but like, there's always something to learn from somebody else. So yeah, I didn't even know that. That's really cool. But I worked in a urologist office, and I have a lot of stories about urine and about urology. So.
I bet.
Yeah.
That's for another day.
Have you seen any of the COVID like scare memes? Or any of the COVID memes that have like really, really bad info on them?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So there's one going around, and it's got a picture it's like a diagram of sorts, and it's got a human figure with a throat, and it has the coronavirus actually in the throat.
Yeah.
And it's telling folks that if you gargle with warm salt water, what you'll do is, and then swallow, or either warm water, salt water, or use like some kind of gargle rinse. If you do that when you first feel the symptoms of that tickle in your throat, they say that what it does is it's going to push the virus down into your stomach, and then that's going to kill it. And I'm just thinking,
oh my God.
Yeah. And people are actually reposting this, thinking that it's valid information. And I'm not sure that that's been validated by any kind of science. That's it.
That is it.
That's it.
Saw that on my IG. Someone put it on their story.
Yeah, I'm just like,
no. We were talking about, it looks so official, kind of.
It does.
Just to say, whoever did the UX on this did a great job. But that's beside the point. What I'm saying is that.
Yeah. Oh, someone debunked it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because you would look at this and you're like, oh, this looks official.
Yes, people are passing it around as if it's official. And this is a public health hat. Ready? Boom. Yeah. Okay, so the part about this that I want to try to make it easy and relatable, think about it like this. When you get something caught in your throat, you can swallow some water or liquid and push it down into your stomach. A virus is not like food stuck in your throat. It is really, really small, very, very tiny. You can't see it with the naked eye. So swallowing and also when you get inoculated or introduced to a virus, that's systemic. That's not localized. So what that means is there are 3 ways that you can, for right now, what we know right now, there are 3 ways that you can become inoculated with the virus as of right now. That's either through your mouth. You're either going to, swallow or inhale a droplet somehow, or maybe maybe you touch a surface that was already infected or has been come in contact with the droplets, and you're biting your nails, going like this or whatever. The second way is through inhalation. Someone sneezes or coughs and you breathe in that air. And the third way is, if you've ever paid attention, there's a little hole in the corner of your eye, your lacrimal duct where your tears come out. And you can also be introduced to germs that way. So a lot of us throughout the day, we touch our face, we go like this in our eye. And so those are the three major ways that we know of right now that you can get inoculated with this virus, either in your mouth, in your nose, or in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Which is also why they're saying stop touching your face all day. And if you do, wash your hands frequently, because that's how you get, inoculated. But again, if you do happen to come in contact or acquire the virus, it's systemic. It's not localized. It's not going to just stay in your throat. It's in your body. So what you're feeling in your throat is a symptom of having acquired the virus. It isn't the virus itself. The virus does not stay in your throat. Does that make sense?
Wow.
I'm hoping that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
You just helped a lot of people.
Yeah. So when you acquire the viruses, period, they don't stay localized. They're systemic. They're all over your body because they use, especially something like this, it kind of uses your own DNA and it replicates itself based on you. So viruses are not live. They can't live or survive on their own by themselves. They die off. They need a host. And so what that means is they come into your body, take over your system, and make your body replicate their parts. And then it keeps replicating, and then you get sick. Now, some viruses live longer than others. And those are short-lived viruses, that can go like a common cold. It's a short-lived virus. It runs its course, it goes away. Mm-hmm. And there are some viruses like, HIV, herpes, HPV. Those things are longer-lived viruses. They survive longer than we do. So they stay in your body until, you no longer are occupying your body. Sorry. That's the best way I can think of saying that. I'm so sorry. But yeah, so hopefully that helps somebody on why that doesn't make sense. If you thought it made sense, no one's knocking you for that. But I'm hoping that what I just said kind of helped you understand why it shouldn't make sense to you anymore. Hopefully.
That's a good explanation. Oh no.
So Miss Earth said, I have a friend here in DC that has it. We are so sorry to
hear. No. How are they doing? Are they doing well?
Yeah, we're gonna ask
relative. Well as relative. I mean, are they?
What are the symptoms?
Yeah, are there symptoms?
Yeah.
Palatable.
So I guess, do we want to talk about the range of symptoms for the coronavirus?
Not diarrhea.
But diarrhea.
She says she's getting better. Good. She's getting better. Good.
So I'm wondering, because I've heard, which I don't know. So this is my question for y'all. Okay. So I've heard, or either I read it, I don't know. But anyway, I know in China there's something about vitamin C that they're using more so now, right? And so people are rapidly getting better. Is that, I guess, I don't know how I'm trying to form my question, but I've been seeing that it doesn't have to be a death sentence, is basically what I'm saying. Because I'm looking at Earth's comment, even though they found out yesterday, she seems to be getting better. Mm-hmm. And I don't think anyone has passed away in the U.S. from it. I don't.
Oh, no, a lot of
people. Yeah, a lot of folks have.
Yeah.
But most of them are older, but we're now seeing younger people are succumbing to the virus as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It depends on like your body and like how your immune system can handle being infected. Like if you're already sick and then you get something, your immune system's not as ready to tackle two things at once. If you're older, if you have like asthma, they're telling a lot of people with asthma. So like I had childhood asthma, so I'm out here like, okay, get me sick. I'm not sure if I still got this, but like,
you're like the kid at the beach.
Yeah, we're chilling. We're at home.
Right.
So I think it depends a lot. Like in Florida, there's like 800 something cases and like no recoveries yet, but everyone, like there's I think 13 deaths out of like 800 something. But like we have a lot of old people here.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But I have heard of some cases like this 23-year-old died, but they had some cancer that they didn't know about. And it was like an intervening factor as well. So I don't know.
Wow.
Ariana said that she has asthma and she's isolating herself.
There's an asthma, I guess.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Seasonal allergies are really starting up right now, so it's already like a hassle.
Exactly. How are you doing, Raven? Because I know y'all are shut down, right? I'm sorry. But you still can get liquor because that's essential.
Yes.
Are you guys on complete quarantine? Like, are you guys completely locked out and everything? Or can you still go outside and do certain things?
Okay.
Ariana has corrected us. CDC says 201 deaths in the USA.
I did not know that. Thank you.
Thank you for that. We definitely want to make sure we state accurate information. So we appreciate any scientists in the chat like fact checking what we say, because you know we are talking and you guys are, you know, can do other things to help out. Okay, great. So we have some things in the chat. I'm just gonna answer your question. Yes, I'm in New York State, and I'm not really sure how like the media is covering New York State outside of New York State. I just know, I don't know if you guys have heard anything, but we are. I'm not sure if we're at a shelter in place. Let me fact check that.
I had to ask you because I see there's a lot that you see as far as New York and California is concerned. So I'm like, okay, let me just ask people that actually live there what's going on.
So apparently there's a difference between somebody saying stay home and somebody saying shelter in place. So I wanted to make sure the place, even though we should be, in my opinion, considering the size of New York City and the number of cases that are in New York City. Like I can't. And now we have cases in my community.
Oh wow.
All around. So we are ordered to really stay at home. They closed down everything, all of the shopping, restaurants. Five Guys is closed. Dollar Tree is like, all of these stores are closed. Only thing that's open, pharmacies, hospitals, obviously. The schools are closed. I haven't really been out of the house to know what's open. So I just know that things have been ordered to shut down. 100% of our workforce has been asked to stay home. The entire state of New York, not just New York,
wow.
The entire New York state is ordered to stay at home. Wow. So and that has been affecting people dramatically. Like, we're talking about people who work retail, who have to stay home, who work hourly. They're not on a salary. My best friend, one of my best friends, got laid off, and she has a doctorate. Like, so she's laid off. You know, a lot of people's work policies don't cover pandemics, and so they're over here telling their workers, well, you know what, if you feel sick, you take your PTO, you know, or like, we're just because you're quarantined doesn't mean we're going to pay you, type of situation. So not only people who have like 9-to-5 jobs or whatever, but like, can you imagine how the freelancing community has been?
Oh my gosh.
Like, all of the wedding planners, event plan, like, stuff has been canceled. My TED Talk was canceled. All like, this is crazy. It is absolutely insane.
It really makes you wonder, like, okay, we know what our norms are, right? But after this is over, what's going to be our norm, and how do we even prepare for that? It's terrible. It's not as bad down south because we still have, you know, deliveries and stores and things that are still open. There's a lot of things that, of course, if it's more than 50 people, they're closed at. But, you know, down here, everything seems to be still open. I'm not leaving the house, but my husband has to leave to go to work. But, you know, it makes you think, okay, so how can I really come out of this on top, especially if you're not working? Like right now, definitely not to make light of the situation, but right now, whatever business that you want to start, you know, whatever book you want to write or something, especially if you can distribute it online, now's the time because people are still buying stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, try to make the best of it. But that is crazy. I'm so sorry.
I mean, fortunately, I'm fine. But it is depressing to think about how many people around me might be affected. And I'm just nervous, about the economics of it all. I feel like this might trigger some sort of economic spiral. If you looked at the stock market lately, it's not doing too great.
I know.
It's literally not doing good. So,
especially if you've got a 401k or retirement or some kind of like Roth or whatever. I mean, tanked.
Yeah.
Tanked.
Everything has been affected. Literally everything has been affected.
Yeah. In Maryland, we don't have the 50. So our governor, last Monday, shut down all recreational activities. So he closed bars, he closed restaurants, and he closed gyms as of 5 p.m. last Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing that's open, and libraries, public libraries. So the only things that are like open are like retail places and grocery stores and pharmacies and of course medical facilities. But we received information that says that we can't have more than 10 people for gatherings here in Maryland. So that means, and then this past weekend, they shut down churches now too. So all major events have been canceled. You can't gather if it's more than 10 people. You can't be in the same area. So, and they're calling the police now on folks. So they're trying to keep it very, very social distance friendly and 6 feet apart. They're doing a really good job of that. But I just would like to see more people comply. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a lot of folks outside. People are having house parties, and I don't think they quite understand that just because you're not outside doesn't mean that having 20 people in your house is safe either. And I think they're misunderstanding. The whole point of social distancing is so that you don't spread it to other people. Mm-hmm. So if you're going to be close to somebody, it should be people that you see all the time, like your household people. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, you shouldn't be seeing other people like that because you're not avoiding anything. Right. You're just spreading it in your house if someone has it,
Correct me if I'm wrong. Is it that you can be asymptomatic and still
be shedding virus?
That's what happened to Idris. Idris Elba got it, no symptoms, but he had it. His wife has it now, and like he was at home. He's staying at home now, but like he's there with his family. So like if he's already been in contact with his whole family without symptoms, so like they're probably all gonna get it too.
And the funny part, I shouldn't say the funny, but the irony of that was the only reason he even got tested, because Amanda's right, he didn't have any symptoms. The only reason that he even got tested was because he found out someone that he had come in contact with actually tested positive. Mm-hmm. So he did it on a whim. Mm-hmm. He didn't even do it because he's like, oh, I'm sick. It was total whim. He's like, oh man, I got it.
Let me just check,
Mm-hmm. So imagine how many people are walking around like that. And that's also the reason why it's so important to stay away from folks. Because imagine Idris Elba lives with a family member that is immunocompromised. Yeah. Or an older person. Imagine him coming home and, socializing with them, being with them, visiting grandma or whatever. And then now he's unknowingly transmitted it to someone else. Mm-hmm. So it's not really because you think you're sick or, oh, I'm fine, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to go visit so-and-so. It's not that. No one is saying that going to visit someone is a bad thing. What we're saying is, at this point in time, we don't know who has it. Yeah. And until we have a better testing system where everyone can be tested accurately, stay home.
And you can't hold your breath for 10 seconds and expect for it to be like, oh, I don't have it. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. Right. Stop doing that, please.
Yes.
It doesn't work. It doesn't mean anything.
Yes. Until this whole thing blows over, just stay inside. It helps everyone. It doesn't protect you. It protects other people who live with other people who are in the danger zone. That's what it's really doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And I always, try to share this when it's applicable, but I am a relatively healthy 26-year-old. 2 years ago, I almost died from a seasonal flu.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I literally was dying. Like my temperature was higher than 105.
Oh my gosh, it's so dangerous.
Yeah, I was in the bed, right? Like I felt sick. I'd never had the flu before, actually. And I actually didn't get my flu shot that year, but I sporadically got it, when I felt like it. We'll answer this question at the bottom soon. But
we didn't forget about you.
We didn't forget about you. But like
together.
So I was feeling achy. It was really hard to move. Like I had chills. I could barely move because it hurt so bad. And then I just kind of felt myself drifting in and out of consciousness. And I laid down in my bed and I said, wow, I really think I'm dying. And like my body hurt so bad and I was in so much pain that I was like at peace with that, because it was just like, well, if this is what dying feels like, I get it. Like I was like, you know what, God,
Wow.
I get it. So I could barely like even get my phone to ask for help, but I called my fiance. I'm gonna leave this part out the story. Okay. Fast forward. So
Now I don't want to know, but okay.
Yeah, now I want to know.
No, because he's gonna be mad at me.
We're gonna call you later and ask you later.
Yeah, we talk about it later. Yeah, so I ended up getting to the hospital. Stupid me, I took an Uber to the hospital because I was too weak to call for an ambulance and like talk to somebody. And I was afraid that because I also couldn't get up to answer the doorbell. I didn't want them to bust down my door because they're an emergency service. And I said, well, okay, I prayed. I was like, well, let me just muster up literally every ounce of strength I had. No lie. I put on some pants somehow. It hurt so bad. Crawled outside of my house, literally rolled into an Uber. And the guy's like, are you okay? I'm like, please take me to the hospital. So I get to the hospital and the emergency room is packed. I can barely talk to anybody. Like I walk in and I'm just like, I can't talk. They're asking me, what's wrong? What are your symptoms? I'm like about to fall on the gross hospital floor. So I'm trying to stand up and they just like take my temperature immediately and then shove a Tylenol in my mouth and they sit me down before they even took any of my information. And I was like, oh,
When you're allergic.
Right. I was like, So that happened. And then they like rushed me to the back. They put me in an IV. They gave me IV fluids, pain medicine via IV as well. And they just kept giving me fever reducing medicine. And I was in literally the most pain. Every breath I took, every inch of my body was like, it just hurt. I can't imagine what COVID-19 feels like, but it probably feels something like this. Maybe the flu and COVID-19 are not the same thing, but so yeah, they kept taking my temperature and they were trying to get my temperature down, and they said that they were going to keep me there until my temperature got back down to 100. So that took like 2 or 3 hours. But let me tell you the worst part about this. It wasn't just having the flu, but the flu test. The flu test. Have you guys ever had a flu test?
I hate that. The swab up your nose that touches your brain, and they say relax when they're touching your brain, like through your nose. Like relax. It's like, how can I relax? Are you kidding me? It's like this long.
Oh. No.
I hate that test.
So they come at you. First of all, it looks like a giant pipe cleaner.
Yes.
And I'm like, what are you about to do with this?
It's the same thing for the corona test too. It's the same thing. Yeah.
They stick it literally up here. It felt like it was up here. They stick it up through your nose and they swab it.
Yep.
The worst. They did it 3 times for me. I think they did it once to see if I had something, 2 to confirm a strain, and then the 3rd time, I guess the second one didn't work. And I was like, I can't imagine having an influx of people who have those needs in hospitals right now, because I needed a bed, I needed IV fluids, I needed like constant attention to make sure I wouldn't die. Like, and that's why it's so important to me that we all do quarantine, because a lot of people have never experienced what it's like to have like a real big viral infection, like a severe strain of the flu. That was actually a record year. The flu killed record numbers of people in the United States, the seasonal flu, that year that I got it and almost
got it 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I had the flu 2 years ago too.
Boom.
And I always got my flu shot. That was like the 1 year that like I didn't. I was like, oh, I'm probably fine. It was like already like February, and I was like, oh no, we're good. Like we're chilling. It got me.
Wow. It was.
Was yours bad? as well?
It was bad, but like it wasn't like I went to the hospital. I went to the doctor on the university, at my school, and then like they gave me like one pill and I was better in like 2 or 3 days. But like the 2 days before I realized, I thought I was like having I was like, oh, it's just a sinus infection, like I'm fine. And then it was just like I couldn't get out of bed. My everything hurt. I was like put like a sheet over my window so it was like dark because like
the light wouldn't come in. Yeah.
So bad. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, that year was rough. They did. That was rough.
Mm-mm.
But now you have a flu shot every year. We're not playing games.
It was yeah. So just that, it's so important that we quarantine or just practice social distancing to protect other
Super
people.
important.
I would never want to imagine my grandmother or grandfather or like people who are immunocompromised in my life experiencing what I experienced and it being under my control. Like if I would have just stayed away, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, long story, but I wanted to tell it so that people understand. Like Amanda and I, we're young, and I'm assuming that we're both relatively healthy, and we both got sick. I got really sick.
Yeah.
From a seasonal flu, right? Like,
the regulars, you know,
the
like
regular joint.
Yeah.
Not a pandemic.
Like, so this is not a joke.
It's
This
not
is
a
not a joke.
It's not. And people are making, I think, so a lot of the things that I'm seeing have to do with conspiracy theories too. And people are saying like, oh, you're taking it too serious. You know, this is not as bad as it seems. Actually, from a public health standpoint, I'm a doctor in public health, by the way. Sorry, I didn't say that at first. From a public health standpoint, it actually is. This is pretty serious. It's pretty serious for a number of reasons. One, because of the what happened? We switched places. Like Hollywood Squares. So one reason why it's so important is because, well, now it's a global pandemic. This is not something that's, localized to our area. The entire world is experiencing, what we're experiencing. That's the first thing. And the second thing is it's spreading so quickly, it's gotten away from us. That's super important. What's also important is that, unfortunately, the way it was handled here wasn't as quick as a response as we would like to have been.
Yeah.
And so now we're kind of chasing the curve to flatten it. So everyone's like, oh, flatten the curve. Yeah, we got to flatten it, but we're still chasing it right now. We're literally behind. We're behind the curve trying to get to it to like knock it down a little bit. But one of the things that we have to do, we really have to practice social distancing.
Mm-hmm.
If you stay inside, no one can give it to you.
Right.
If no one can give it to you, it can't be spread. It's just as simple as that. And if that doesn't work for you, think about it like this. If for some reason you do happen to get it, what we're experiencing now, if you look up hospital rates, people are being admitted to the hospital and having to stay there, what you're going to find is a lot of hospitals are saying, we don't have the proper equipment to treat you.
Wow.
So what you're going to run into, not what you're going to, what you may run into is, if you do happen to acquire the disease and you do happen to need extreme treatment, you may not be able to get it. Not because someone's going to turn you away because they don't want to treat you. They may not have, we don't have the health infrastructure to handle this level of a pandemic, unfortunately. As a first world country, we just don't. And that's the unfortunate part. So you may not even be able to get treated. The third thing that's really important here is, let's just say grandma gets it, or someone in a nursing facility or assisted living home or whatever gets it. You might not be able to go visit them because guess what? You may be seen as a threat to other people in that facility as well.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we're dealing with so many different things that can happen as a result of people just not staying home. It's so much easier to stay home than to, one, acquire the disease, and two, pass it to someone that you love. It's so much easier. Just stay home for a little bit. It's only for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember a couple of weeks ago when Raven, when you first did the show and you asked the question to all of us, "Are we ready?" And we all said, "No,
we are
we're not ready."
No, we said it. We knew.
I wish we could flash back to that, but yeah, I remember that because it was. I've been tracking the coronavirus since early January with my students, and we have
really,
yes, we have 2 giant bulletin boards, one tracking the spread around the world on a world map, a big world map, and one that was tracking the spread on a US map.
Mm-hmm.
And so over time, right? Because at first it was just China, and they're like, Miss, why are you having us do this if it's just in China? I was like, watch.
And then boom, February happened.
Watch. Okay, hold on. They're like, but why do we need? I'm like, watch.
Now you see.
Yep.
And so then it was China, then it was Italy, then it was Iran. Like not in that order, right? But like the spread across the Eastern Hemisphere, and then they're like, well, do you think it's gonna come to the US? Because at that point there wasn't a case in the US. I was like, just watch. And so then it came to the US, and they're looking at me like, are we good? I'm like, let's see, let's find out, let's keep tracking it. We kept tracking it, and then kept tracking it, and then Buffalo Public Schools, y'all gotta go home, and they're like, what? I told you guys we're gonna track this thing, and I told you guys we're not ready. And I said, you need to, whatever happens, you need to know what's going on. And I'm so glad we actually, as we were tracking the coronavirus, I showed them the pandemic series on Netflix. And I made them take video notes. We had in-depth discussions. They've been writing essays about pandemics. Yeah, so they're at home. They're emailing me. We video chat every morning during the weekday. Miss Baxter, can you believe that Italy has this? And they're just like all in the news. Yeah, but they know we're not ready.
I needed a teacher like you when I was younger.
Yeah.
I had a cool science, like I had a cool psychology teacher, but I didn't have a cool science teacher. They were all very boring.
Same.
That's awesome.
Same here.
What grade do you teach?
So right now I'm actually teaching 11th and 12th grade chemistry.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. Get the big kids.
Yeah, they think they're big.
That's why.
They think they're big and bad. Sure do. If they're watching, y'all know I tell you this every day. So nothing new. They walk in there thinking they're big and bad. When you get to college, I'll write you a recommendation letter.
Right.
Don't worry about that. But you call me once you get there.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I feel like we're like in the beginning of one of those like pandemic movies where the scientist says, hey, don't do this. And everyone says, eh. And then the world is ending.
Right.
And you're like, hey, scientists, can you fix this? They're like, I'm trying to
Y'all,
no, I can't fix
this question. We have to answer this question. I feel so bad.
This is my friend, so we better answer it.
Oh, okay.
D.
She's
Look,
gonna beat us up.
Okay.
We're gonna had her on the screen for about 10 minutes.
They keep wondering if the virus can stay on some surfaces. They're probably going to disinfect more often. They're probably going to disinfect more often.
More often?
Yeah, they're probably. I mean,
gloves?
We have no idea what they're going to do. But
the packages?
No. I meant the surfaces and whatnot.
I think they're concerned about the packages.
Yeah.
Oh, the actual mail.
Yeah, like your actual mail coming to you. And like,
wow.
No.
So,
I have no idea.
I have two things, I guess. One, the first thing, I don't think they'll close because if you can't go to the store, you have to get your things through like delivery.
That's true.
So like, how are we gonna? You can't just like cut off the entire supply chain like that. So I think that's last resort.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But two, if you're in a house with and I can pull it up. One of my Cammie that was on here last week or the week before, she posted something about it. If you're in a house with the elderly or immunocompromised people, you can make like a decontamination station. And if you get packages and you're not sure like what the situation is on that package, there's like some steps you can do to like immediately take the things out of the box. Don't like put the box in your house really. Just think that you have like set up already. Wash it, spray it, do all that stuff. And if you can't find hand sanitizer, if you can't find whatever Lysol spray, there's a bunch of YouTube videos and like DIY, Pinterest, whatever, on how to make reusable disinfecting wipes or at home hand sanitizer, ethanol, aloe vera, whatever. So if you can't find any of that, you can find that on YouTube. I guess the next problem is finding the rubbing alcohol and whatever you need to make that, since the stores are a little weird right now. But like you can do that. And if I'll try to find the link and I'll give it to Raven and then she can spread it through this channel. So it's like to help people who like, because I know Dee lives with like her grandparents, so it's like no, like you could be worried about like bringing something in the house like unintentionally.
Mm-hmm. There's another interesting question. I'm not as privy about UV lighting, just like for reptiles, but as far as killing things, I don't know. That's a good question.
I think is the coronavirus is an RNA virus. Does UV light affect RNA the same way it affects DNA? Is that
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't
But
know.
I remember that in the lab, even after we sprayed down and wiped down, we did UV everything, but I didn't work with viruses, I worked with bacteria. So that was different. That was different. I didn't handle viruses in the lab that I was in at that time. And we didn't do, when I was working with viruses, we didn't decontaminate with UV light, because in actuality, I was working on a project with someone with herpes virus lab. And actually, I know herpes. Oh wait, you want to hear a joke? This is not fun. Okay, you want to hear a joke? Okay, you ready? What is the difference between love and herpes?
Oh no! Oh, I don't know.
Everyone has.
You ready?
Yes.
My virology professor told me this. This is the first day. This is the icebreaker for the first day of class. Are you ready?
Oh wow!
The difference between love and herpes. Herpes lasts forever. But I was like, it was the first day of class. It was the icebreaker. Anyway,
Damn.
I was like, oh no!
Okay, let's learn.
The whole semester it was just like something. It was great. Best professor ever. But anyway, so I remember using UV light actually to activate virus in a live system. So I'm not quite sure. So don't quote me on saying that it's going to work, because I'm not sure if UV works on viruses. I know for bacteria, yes, but I'm not sure about viruses.
Ariana.
Amanda, is that your thing?
No, but someone posted that the WHO doesn't recommend using UV. So,
okay.
Like our resident fact checker here.
There we go. I'm not sure about that one.
Was on
Thanks, Ariana.
One of our last STEMbassy shows.
That's right.
Yes. So everybody say hello to Ariana. She's one of our scientists in the chat, previous guest of STEMbassy. Thank you so much for tuning in, by the way. Really glad to have you here fact checking, because we scientists, we love facts, right? And
absolutely
sure about what we're saying, especially because we're doing it on this platform.
Yeah.
Trying to be informative and educational to the audience. So thank you, Ariana. You're the best. Seriously. So that's what she said.
Oh, look. Yes, Ariana.
Yeah.
That needs to be another song.
Oh my God.
Best professor ever.
Ariana, queen of facts.
I was just in class just because.
I love it.
I tell that joke whenever I teach a class. I teach community college every now and then too. I moonlight as an adjunct. And I teach that. And it's always so funny when I say they're like, and everyone's mouth is like, I'm like, mine too. That was my mouth too when I first heard it. Welcome to A&P.
You have to lighten up. Yeah, I like to surprise the students with a little spice every now and then.
See, we can talk about science and still be, down to earth.
Exactly.
I'm nerdy, but I'm funny sometimes.
Right?
You don't have to be boring.
Exactly.
No, y'all are funny. Y'all are funny.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, speaking of lasting forever, so y'all know this whatever food that people have bought will last forever, because we were talking about that before we started. All my chocolate is gone. I know it's not a necessity, but for me it is. So, your chocolate, your wine is not gonna last forever. But if you think
what you mean wine to last forever? What you talking about?
Okay, some people's
What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
Some people's may not. So when it runs out, just hop on over to Peloton or whatever, because it's free for like 90 days, and Beachbody is too. So after I finish all of this, I'm gonna go ahead and just lose the weight. I'm not gonna lose it. I'm just gonna get rid of it because I don't want to find it again.
Listen, my mom, she said she lost 10 pounds over Christmas break, and then she found it again.
Quarantine snacks.
I'm gonna break up.
What's on your quarantine snack list?
Oh, wait, what's still left?
And post them in the comments too. What's on your list for quarantine snacks, everybody?
Quarantine snack.
Oh, shoot. Well, it was chocolate. It's not anymore. There was ice cream. It's not anymore. So what's left? I still have a few bottles of wine. I'm not going to say how many, but we have a few bottles of wine and whiskey and bourbon. We also have like kid snacks, granola bars and all that stuff. Pineapples.
Okay.
Like all the other stuff, like normal food, but as far as snacks, that cookies.
Listen,
I know it's
I
bad.
don't think I'm crazy, but the reduced fat Cheez-Its will be hitting different.
Oh my God.
Somebody else told me that, and now I want to say this is confirmation. Now I want to try it. And
my mom's like a nanny, and like the lady she works for like won't buy her kids like fatty snacks, so like everything reduced fat. And then so my mom started buying it here. I'm like, Mom, like what are you doing? Like we're not like we are grown adults. And she's like, no, but it's good. And I was like, okay, but it really is good. I don't know what they do to it to reduce the fat, but like whatever it is, I don't.
They reduce the fat, increase the taste. I think I'm gonna try it.
Listen.
Yeah. Cheez It.
That's left. They always buy the original, but the reduced fat is always on the shelf.
You have a co-signer in the comments. Brandy says pretzels and Cheez-Its.
So good.
I'm seeing clementines, cookies. Oh, somebody's baking bread. That's the house I'm trying to go to. Baking bread.
Your house.
I am the snack.
Okay, Rihanna.
I love it.
Do you see Rihanna?
I love it. Love it.
Bread and
Right, girl.
There's
Okay.
I love it.
Snack.
Did you put that up there? Like if you guys have December babies that your quarantine was popping?
That was
But I have a wedding in August, so it's non-applicable.
Wait a minute.
No,
Okay,
yes, it
wait.
is.
Are you still going to be able to have it?
That's a good question.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
No, I don't know. We'll see. If y'all stay in the house,
Maybe
I
we
know, right?
our wedding. Y'all hear it?
Right. Y'all need to stay in the house.
I have a wedding to go to in
threatened
May.
everybody on
and
my
I think it's not going to happen because of the Corona thing. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we're a really laid back couple, and luckily, we've kind of been laid back in our planning process as well. So it wouldn't be too much of a hassle to reschedule it, but like, we won't be able to figure that out until as close as possible to the wedding date.
yeah, because of everything that's going on. Yeah,
It's up in the air, but y'all need to stay in the house.
Please.
Stay in the house, okay?
Look,
Are you gonna live stream your wedding? Like, can I come?
Oh,
you gotta stream it now. You have to stream it. You have to
stream the wedding.
Hey,
you have to. For us,
we have a watch wedding.
yeah.
I
We'll watch it.
possibly live stream it. I'll think about that.
I think that would be great.
Yeah, I'll think
You
about
can
it.
invite whoever you want. Us three. Just
Us.
Yeah, just us.
Secret link.
saying. Just move the link guys to the wedding. It will be there. Cara oranges.
Cara oranges.
I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to sound too.
I'm in the orange state, Florida, and I don't know what that is.
Now I want some.
But Cara means expensive, so I'm like,
Oh, yeah. Pricey oranges, organic.
right, like, that means expensive in Spanish. So I'm like, it means face. I do mean, I'm so confused. Anyway,
I'm watching the commentary between Rhiannon and Brandy, and I'm just on the inside. I'm trying not to show that I'm laughing, but I'm enjoying their dialogue in the comments thoroughly.
Hey, yo, Brandy and Earth, those are my friends.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That is my friend. So.
okay, I'm like, okay, STEMbassy friendship.
Yes.
Like,
Okay.
Yo, like,
IPs, let's go.
look, let me tell you, these two like really keep me going because we're all in school at the same time. They're software engineers, so they're way harder than what I do. So these two, they're awesome.
it's always good to have friends through the grad school process to get you through, because I don't think a lot of people understand what you actually go through as a grad student, and only someone who is there in the trenches with you will understand why you always have a bottle of wine available. Like, no one's gonna understand it.
You drink a lot.
The only thing I'll say about that,
Yes, or while you're eating at like 3 a.m. and it's like really bad stuff.
Like, don't judge me. You don't understand what I'm
Exactly.
I wish.
Oh my gosh.
The only thing that I regret about that thing, that's very true what you just said, is that I tend to be the person that everybody like clings to, and it's just like, I'm nervous, and I'm just like,
I do.
in my life.
You're the strong friend.
Yeah, and I'm like, I freak out internally, you know, like I try not to talk about it, because when I talk about it, it just like snowballs on itself. So I keep it inside, and that works for me. Okay, it works for me. Doesn't sound healthy, works perfectly fine for me. So like on the outside, I look really calm while everybody else is freaking out. And then they see me and they're like, oh, I need to be her friend because she knows something I don't know. I'm like, no, just as lost as you guys. I have no idea what's going on. Please leave me alone. Like,
I'm laughing at you and Brandy at the same time. I'm Brandy and I are having our own. In my mind, I'm talking to her because I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You take 2 showers to avoid Jay.
Look, there was a comment before that made me like, ha, I get it. Because no one understands why you're having a drink before 5 o'clock. It's like, because I'm in grad school. And what? This is how I'm getting through my day.
You don't know what's going on internally in my life.
Yes. Until you've had your entire committee, when you think you have written this masterpiece, and you're like, yes, and you get it back, and it's all kind of like, no. And
That
then
was my first paper. The second one, the virus took it. The corona got it.
Oh my gosh.
That's what happened.
Oh my gosh. We spent the entire time talking about corona.
We did.
We said we were going to go.
Games?
We said we were going
games on your phone.
Sorry, Raven. The corona combo got too good. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I honestly did not have a schedule for tonight because.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I figured it out. Like what we talk about today, and then it was
yeah. We enjoy each other's company too much for me to like constrict it to a certain time schedule. So
we were all on the same.
Roni.
I love it.
The Roni.
Okay. So I don't know what to laugh. You know.
Yes, I love it.
You know what good thing has come up? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So.
Did you all get to be a part of the Club Corona yesterday?
No.
Yes.
I saw people
DJ D Nice. DJ D Nice did a 9-hour set. Okay.
9 hours.
9-hour set. And everyone was there. He had like 105,000 people on his line. Michelle Obama was there. D.L. Hughley was there. Everybody was coming in and out. Everybody. Gabrielle Union. We jammed well into the night. I know. So I got off like 11:30.
You couldn't tell us.
I thought. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I sent it to the group chat.
Yeah, you know my computer. It's fine.
You had the virus. That's what it was. You had the virus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey. Earth said she was there. Earth was there.
Earth is a DJ.
I'm telling you. Oh, okay.
Really?
It was good. I think that's one of the better things that's come across with those. We're like bonding. We're inside the house, but we're still like bonding. I'm seeing a lot more of these like coping videos. People are like making like TikToks.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting through this thing little bit by little bit, you know?
Thank God for technology.
Exactly. We can do this. We can stay in the house. We have all the tools we need to stay inside and not pass it on anybody else. We have everything we need.
I'm sure it's fine for introverts. I think we're all relatively like kind of extroverted.
No, I'm great.
I'm a little extroverted.
No, just like you moonlight teaching, I moonlight as an outgoing person. I'm comfortable with y'all, and I can't see see all of these faces, but like the people that know me, they're like, yeah, she's crazy, but she doesn't really get out and do anything. Not really, unless I'm in Atlanta or New York, but I mean they're close too. So yeah, yeah. I'm not.
Vera says he's back on now. The party started again.
Yeah.
Well, we got somewhere to be.
Exactly. After party. The STEMbassy
Yeah.
after party.
Oh, so the after parties at Club Quarantine. Hit up D-Nice's page.
Are
I
you
love
serious?
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, he called it Club Corona. That's what so in the comments, everyone's like, oh, Club Quarantine, Club Corona, and everyone's just having a good time. It was a really good, I mean, just because again, everyone was locked away in the house.
Yeah.
You can't go outside. It was a great outlet. Like there were literally thousands of people online, you know, just talking and hyping each other up and just having a good time. It was great. It was great.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. It's like a
I
giant
like- I appreciate the companies that are actually thinking about, you know, what's going on, and you know, the people that subscribe to them anyway. Excuse me. Like I was telling y'all with the Broadway, they're doing live streams of you know, plays that have, I think they've already recorded or something like that. I'm not for sure. Of course, not now. But so there's that, like the lives on IG, like you're talking about, TikTok. Also, so not whatever money that you have, but any extra, if you can afford to invest, these are some great companies to invest in now because everybody's using it and you actually need it. Like talking about earlier, we was like, okay, so what's our new norm going to be? That's probably where you should start putting your money into, especially things that talk about bringing people together virtually.
Mm-hmm.
Almost any type of technology. Yeah.
And I think one thing that I realized is that internet isn't really considered a utility.
No.
So, but you see like Spectrum Internet and like all of the internet companies are offering free installations and 3 months of service here.
Wow.
Because it is a utility. Like it is, but it's not defined as one. And I'm hoping that legislation can change that. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing, but I believe that all people should have access to internet.
Yeah.
They're trying to that's going to be a longer conversation, but we can talk about that next week. But net neutrality, look that yeah. There's some people, some old farts. Sorry, it's not a nice thing to say. But that
you said it's fine. We
there are some people that think that we do not need access to information, but we live in a knowledge era.
Yep.
Like we have to know. That's how we communicate now. What person? And now we have to. We have to
go get the newspaper.
Exactly.
Like,
we would have this. We would have a bunch. Do you know how much chaos that would be if you didn't have the internet? You cannot use.
Can you imagine had that passed a few years ago and then we ended up here? Can you imagine?
Wow.
Yeah.
True.
Like, what are you hiding? I'm not gonna get into it.
Oh my goodness.
Legislation. Did you see some senator, Paul Rand, had tested positive for the coronavirus, and he was at lunch on Friday with like whoever else, like a party of all the other senators.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how that's gonna work. Wonder what's gonna happen to them.
Yeah,
well,
that's crazy.
But I won't say anything.
Yeah.
So Jay, you said there's free Broadway, free Beachbody, and free what else?
Yeah. Okay. I made a list because I wanted to show you. Okay, so this is what I have for right now, and I'll probably make like a little post on Instagram too, so you'll have it. But so the apps that are free for right now, or at least the next 3 months to 90 days. Swift Playground, that's like a code thing for kids. Literally download it, give it to your children so you can work from home. Do that. Khan Academy, that's really for anybody really want to brush up on some skills. They have free lectures. iTunes University, that's really good for college students. Babbel, they're also doing what is that? 3 months free for students. Headspace, there's like meditation. They have and anxiety. They have several recordings for free. Companies, Netflix is doing, okay, so I have to get more information on that, but there's a part of, or entity of Netflix that has watch parties, kind of like Facebook. So I think you can, like how we're doing now, you can watch a movie with friends like you're there. Y'all can Netflix and chill.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
An extension for like your internet browser. I don't know if it is with Netflix, like if it's
I'm wondering.
associated, but
I've heard that too. I've heard that too, so I have to look into that a little bit more. But I saw that, I was like, okay, I gotta share that. ABC Mouse, the free streaming, the HD stream for Broadway. We talked about IG and celebrities doing their live. I saw BJ the Chicago Kid a couple of days ago. I'm just in love. But anyway, that's a side note. Scholastic Digital Learning, the hub that's free for English, language arts, STEM, social, emotional learning, everything pretty much. And Peloton and Beachbody free. Well, not Beachbody. Beachbody is free, I think, for like 2 weeks. And Peloton, 90 days free.
That's pretty good.
That's what I know so far.
Yeah, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I follow a bunch of like dancers on Instagram, and a lot of them are doing like free classes on their IG Live, or like some of them like, oh, like $5 and we'll have a Zoom class.
Yes.
But I mean, like $5 is $5. Like I don't mind giving these people $5 for us to like have fun, whatever.
Exactly.
So a lot of people are trying to get that. I move online to like give people entertainment or something to do, something to get up and have.
I appreciate that because
that's awesome.
Not. My cat did. I'm sorry. My cat did. Oh, she's weird.
I'm surprised mine isn't talking. She was talking all day and now she's quiet. So I mean, I'm not mad. I'm just saying. She was talking all day, like rah, rah, rah. I'm like,
oh, that's what it is. Okay. Chrome extension for Netflix Wednesday night whacker. Oh, okay, cool.
She's asking me on a Netflix date, like.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how are we feeling?
I feel better because I needed to talk.
Yeah, I know. It's nice to talk to someone that's not my mom.
Hey, okay, so I told Brandy and I think I told Earth this, but so we're homeschooling now, and this applies to anybody that has children that's watching. So 2 things. One, my children, I love them to death. They're very intelligent, very smart, beautiful, blah blah blah, all that good stuff. But they've gotten on my nerves. Okay, with everything that's going on, they've gotten on my nerves. I love them, and I love being around them.
my God.
They've gotten on my nerves. These kids have gotten expelled about 3 times each.
From homeschool?
From my homeschool, yes. From my homeschool. There's a boundary between my office, and I literally have a sign. If it's not important, do not knock. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Mom. Quick question. No, not a quick question. It's never
your questions that we'll get back to them on Monday.
I shouldn't say that.
Sorry, I'm out of the office.
Oh,
Have you seen the thread
office.
where they said tell us how you're doing with your kids, but use the term my coworkers instead? Have you seen that thread? Oh my gosh, it's so funny. One of them said my coworkers said that I was pooping while I was on a conference call for work. It was so funny. It was
That's real
so
life.
funny.
That is real life.
It was so funny. Yeah.
With all of that, any parent that is watching, do not feel guilty because you're not getting everything done. You know, it's okay to let them watch a movie here and there. It's okay for them to eat, you know.
Raven, what is this? What are you doing?
Whatever. I don't know what she's doing.
What are you doing? What is this? We can see you.
You're not invisible. I saw you when you were blown into it. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
My coworker Raven is making
In the middle of a conference call.
on a conference call. This is a professional call.
You gotta ask people to back up. I told you, back up.
Oh my goodness.
Back up or wash your hands, right?
Yeah. This has been so great. I agree with Amanda. This is great to actually to be engaged in something and to talk to somebody else, especially if you live alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you only have phone interaction, it's really good to talk to someone. Like even if it's not face to face, but it's kind of like face to face. This is pretty good experience. Like just being able to talk to people, you know, just period, just to talk to somebody.
Not laughing. You the finger keeps coming to
Yes, and we're laughing and we're joking. We just,
Yeah.
you know, this is This is
Y'all
great.
gotta catch it. Ready?
Okay.
Boom. Oh.
See, you know what would really be funny if we all had gloves and did this? That would have been the best.
Right.
It's like, oh,
Well, not a blue, but I have blue gloves.
Are those latex? Are they non-latex? What you got in there?
are they powdered
They're
or
nitrile
powder free?
gloves,
Okay, I like the nitrile gloves.
I like
Once
nitrile.
the latex smells weird to me now. Like I use the nitrile so much that like I got a latex glove in my like immunology lab, and I was like,
it hits you on like a weird spot on your taste buds
like,
too. It's just like, ugh.
something's wrong.
Yeah.
Did everybody see what Ariana's coworker did? I thought that was kind of funny.
I'm so sorry. I understand.
That's funny. That's funny.
Randy, I commend you. Homeschooling is not within my willpower at the moment in time. Maybe when they're senior in high school. I don't know.
Goodness. 6 years.
Was that a part? Okay, hold your drink back up. Raven.
Oh, okay.
Does it look
It's the ears on her cup. It's the ears.
okay?
Oh, it's strawberry.
Because I see.
Weren't there two at first? I thought there were ears. I didn't know that they were.
At first, she picked one up to eat it. I was like, wait a minute. Now it's
Oh, this is a beer.
Oh, look, someone's from Italy. Look, Simone.
Why does it
Raven,
like
Simone's from
that?
Italy.
I am from Italy.
From Italy.
how are you?
I hope you're doing well. Okay, my prayers are with you. From
Definitely.
How are
Italy,
things?
bye.
Are things getting better in Italy? Are things getting any better, Simone?
I saw that their death rate went up like a lot over the last 24 hours.
Yeah. Mhm. If you think about an exponential curve, maybe it'll go up and then plateau.
You said very well.
Good.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks for saying hi.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Glad to have you.
I like that you can pop them up.
Yeah.
That's technology at work. I'm always going
It
to plug out the technology. I'm the only one here.
So we have viewers from Italy. I think
That's awesome.
Does anybody know
That's cool.
who that is? Or do we just have people popping in from everywhere?
That's so awesome.
I did promote it, but I don't know if it was seen. Well, maybe, I don't know. How did you come across?
Simone, how'd you get here?
Yeah, Simone, please don't leave yet. We really want to know.
Yeah, how'd you find us? We'd love to have you again sometime.
I'm like, I know I'm fluent in Spanish, but Italian is like, I can't.
I know 2 words, and it's about food.
It's about food. Right?
It's always about food. It's so sad.
I can say different kinds of pasta.
Well, it looks like he can definitely speak English. So let's just hope that we don't have to have too many.
Oh, maybe he's already left. Well, thank you, Simone, for joining us anyway.
Thank you
Pull
so
up the
much.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Can't you see who's on?
If you're still here,
Hey,
I will
we got
know. Wait, there's somebody. Thank you.
Hey.
Does that say I don't speak Italian? I don't speak Italian well.
She
I don't
said,
speak well.
Yo non parlo l'italiano bene. She says, wait, she doesn't speak it well?
And I think it says I don't speak it well. I think.
Oh.
Thank you. He said we're beautiful. Thank you.
She
What
just-
field are you in?
Oh, thank you. Wait. Is this pause.
Nope.
What?
Never mind.
He
Nope.
said you speak some.
Oh, eu falo português também. Aqui.
So how's everybody on the thread feel? Like, was this good for you guys? Did you enjoy the show tonight?
I saw a couple
Did
of
it help? Did you learn something?
Yeah, what did you guys
Do you want more?
Yeah, just letting you guys know, if you're enjoying the show, all 4 of us are going to be back on next Sunday together.
Yeah.
The plan.
Together.
I know, right?
Yes.
The original plan.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah. This is an impromptu meeting.
It
It's supposed to be
is.
next week. It was supposed to be our week.
But it's okay. We are here.
We're here. Next week, maybe we'll have fun things.
I know. Oh, they're still locked in the house.
Oh, they're locked in the house.
Like games we can play, and then we can like all play games together.
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
Games next week.
Mm,
Like a heads up situation.
Simone says they're still locked in the house.
so sorry to hear that, Simone.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. So since you're in Italy, and you know that the virus has spread to the US and we're now seeing a great death toll from the coronavirus here in the US, what is some advice that you would give to people in the US, being that you have experienced this earlier than we have as a country?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, I really want to take advantage of his perspective because he's in a hot spot right now.
Yeah.
I think that there's just so much to learn from what's going on in Italy.
It is.
And just looking at how China is taking care of their situation.
Did you see they're spraying down the streets and everything? Did you see that video? Yeah, they're literally spraying down. They're cleaning the entire city while everyone's inside. They're spraying the roads and everything. Yeah, they're spraying everything up into the trees. They're spraying everything.
Oh, he's going to sleep. Goodbye.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Like late there.
Bye.
So there's a
Thank
time
you for
difference.
tuning in. He said bye.
Oh.
Okay. Well, bye.
Bye, Simone.
I have a friend in Austria. I can ask him and ask for some updates. Maybe I don't know if he'll respond now. I don't know what time it is there. But I could at least report back next week.
Yeah.
But last I talked to him, he said because he was here as an international student in Florida State, and then the school shut down, so he had to go home. He got like one of the last flights back before Europe closed, like international flights. Wow. And he said they're asking everyone to stay inside their house, like unless you absolutely have to go outside. And then he was also he used to be like an EMT or something like that, and he was like waiting to be called on duty. Like if he had to go, he had to like go help like with triage and stuff for people that are infected. But I talked to him like maybe a week ago, so I don't know what's going on now. A lot changes in a week, as we've seen here. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'll ask him, see what's going on.
Yeah.
It's and I know we're like running on long time right now, but I just want to say how disappointed I am with the students who are on spring break right now, going out and carrying on as if nothing's happening.
Yeah.
It is disgusting. I'm more.
Look at their spring break.
Yeah, what happened was like they were like, oh, if this more is affecting older people, and then the young kids were like, oh, it's not our problem. You know, they should have never said that. They should have never said that, because then the kids are like, oh, let's go spring break Miami, whatever. And I know a lot of people already had their Airbnbs, already had like all their stuff, and it was like Airbnb. I don't know if Airbnb is back there, like.
They protect Airbnb. I'm sorry to cut you. Because that made me upset. I'm sorry to cut you.
Go ahead. You go.
No, when you said Airbnb, so they have something in place for their people that are reserving, and for the people who have places as well. So no money is lost.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, okay, well, I lost money, so let's go party. That's not the case.
But I think what happened is like, well, I know someone that they were going to go, but they split the Airbnb with other people, and they didn't want to go anymore, but the other people still wanted to go. So like they couldn't cancel everything because other kids were like, oh yeah, let's go Miami 2020 Corona Fest 2020.
Is that a real thing? I've heard that before.
No, I think it's a joke. I first saw it when like NYC schools like started closing, or like Cornell or something closed, and then they had everyone was like out on their lawn.
I saw that.
And it was like Corona Fest 2020 was on TikTok. I don't know.
Oh, you sent us that.
I think I did send you guys that, yeah.
No.
Yeah, and the reason why it's upsetting is because, as we said earlier, and this is for those of you who maybe tuned in after we said it, you can still be carrying the virus and be asymptomatic and transmit the virus.
Yes.
So, and if you're healthy, I'm going to just put this maybe out there. It could be right, it could be wrong, but I'm assuming if you're young and healthy, you could probably acquire the virus and be asymptomatic or not, right? But like, I've sensed that your chances are probably greater of being asymptomatic if you're healthy and if your body can actively fight off any like major symptoms. Could be wrong. You guys might want to fact check that. But then we have people, a lot of young people going on spring break. They're at the beach, okay, in the water, like
warm water, not warm water.
You know, they're doing their thing.
Yeah.
At the club, whatever.
Making
large
babies.
crowds.
Did you say making babies?
Like,
did I say that out loud?
You did.
Yeah.
when I saw it on the news, I was so upset. Like,
That's
are we really
that
inconsiderate? Like, because I don't associate myself with the college generation anymore, right? Like the students who are in college right now, I feel a little far removed from that. But I just can't imagine, would I do that? I was in college.
Probably not.
I don't think I would do that. So what's going on with this generation? Are they so disconnected?
I don't think that it's a disconnection. I think, and again, it's just from what I'm seeing on my feed, I'm not sure it's a disconnect. I think that in general, because you're some adults, some grown people who are in the same mindset. I really think people just don't understand the science behind why they're being asked to stay at home. I don't think they get it.
Thing.
But, it's just they don't understand why. And I think if anything, if you don't understand why, look at it this way. The public health ad. There's so many things we don't know about this virus. Just stay home anyway. Wouldn't you rather just be safe and stay home than be out here and get it and give it to somebody else?
Because
you know what I mean? There's so much we don't know yet. We don't know why it's spreading so fast. I saw in the public health rumor mill that they're now trying to say that it may be airborne. We just don't know. We just don't know yet. They haven't really hunkered down on how it's being transmitted so quickly, who's asymptomatic and who's not. We thought it was just the elderly population. Now we're seeing younger folks being susceptible to it, and not just being susceptible to it, but also getting really, really, really serious side effects, respirator illnesses, having to be on ventilators. So, I mean, we just don't, there's so many unknowns surrounding this thing, which is why they call it a novel coronavirus. It's so new. We don't know enough about it yet to make any kind of concrete decisions. So wouldn't it just behoove you to just stay home? Just stay home. We don't know what's going on. Just stay home. Be safe. Save yourself. Take somebody's grandma. Stay home. Save the grannies. Save the grannies. And the grandpas too, you know.
The asthmatic people.
And the asthmatics, heart conditions. I mean, just save other people. It's not about you. Don't be selfish. It's about other people. Protect other people. Stay home.
But that is our culture now in America. One, if it doesn't apply to you directly, why would you take it seriously? That's the unfortunate part. And to be honest with you, I've seen people on my timeline that are like, oh, now Idris Elba has it. I gotta start. I'm like, whoa, you don't even know him. Get out. Okay. What is I mean, great guy, I'm sure, but come on now. But it's unfortunate. It is our privileged culture as Americans in general. Of course, not everybody, but we don't consider other people because it doesn't directly affect us.
Sorry, you see this?
That's a shirt.
The grannies. Sorry, I thought that was funny.
That's a shirt.
Yep.
Grandpas too, but I'm just saying, protect other people. It's not just about you. Stay at home. Exactly. And it's not like we can do this. We have snack. Everyone has brought everything in. You have toilet paper. Okay. You've got sanitizer, wipes, and soap. You've got snacks. You got cereal. All the eggs are gone. So you have eggs. You have bread. You have milk. You have everything you need to stay at home.
You do.
Why do you want to come outside?
You do. Because somebody told you not to. That's
it's like if there's some psychology behind it. I know. The someone tells you don't do this, you're like, but what if I did? You know, like
Yeah.
It is. Your brain does not like, we're not going to get into that because that is another long conversation, but your brain does not like to be wrong or told what to do, even the, well, anyway, but yes, it is. There's a lot of psychology behind that. But no, if somebody tells you, don't look at that green box or something like that, or chocolate chip cookie, because I like cookies. You know what I'm going to do?
I'm gonna look at it.
I'm going to look at that. I'm going to touch it. I'm going to eat it. It may be radioactive. I'm going to eat it.
So you know what's really funny? Radioactive. What's really funny is a lot of the people in this age group, right? They're always, I shouldn't say always.
Be
I shouldn't say
careful.
that.
I am
Don't say that. But you know, they stay inside a lot. They play the video games a lot, like the online gaming systems or whatever. So it's kind of like you weren't really outside that much beforehand. You know, so it's not that different. Look at Amanda's face. You know, we were in like you weren't really outside a whole lot beforehand. So it's not that different.
Well, I will say, so like when I was like in high school, I had this like Tumblr page, you know, like old school. All right,
Oh, that's old school. That's old school.
We don't go on that anymore. I'm sorry. Tell me that who bought it. It was over. But like, I made.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sorry. I'm the youth. 4 years really made a difference.
Gen Z. Gen Z.
Look, I'm not judging.
Yeah,
But
you have a MySpace. Like, what's going on?
But it made a lot of friends, and we were all lived all over the place. So like we would always like watch movies together online. We would watch like stream stuff on like Tiny Chat. I don't even know if Tiny Chat's still the thing. But like we would watch all this stuff. So like I'm already like okay, like ready to be like talking to all my friends online anyways, because it's like this is what I grew up doing anyways. If it's my time, it's my time.
But that's the thing. It's not about you. It's not your time. You could end. Somebody said Wu-Tang. Ah!
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yo, the comments.
But that's the thing. It's not just your time. It's other people's time. Like you going outside could cut someone else's time short. That's the point. It's not about you.
About that. I think it's like if it's my time to go, I'm going. You know. But like.
That is.
Wait, can you go alone, please?
By the way.
Don't take someone with you. How about that? Go alone. Don't take someone with you.
Go alone.
Go alone.
So low.
Don't take nobody with you, please.
Oh Lord, that's funny. Hey, it's nothing wrong with being alone.
Just saying, if you're gonna go, okay, but I'm not trying to go with you.
Right.
Not yet.
See, I used to say stuff like that when I was like in my 20s, but the difference was there was no pandemic.
It wasn't a pandemic
at all. And then I did stuff that literally would, hinder me, like, skydiving, stuff like that. Jumping off of cliffs in Hawaii, and I don't know how to swim. But what I'm saying is, okay, first of all,
of us are concerned. Back it up. Tell the story.
Okay, so unrelated, but anyway, when I was 20, I had a friend that was studying abroad, and she studied at the University of Hawaii, Honolulu. I went to go visit her, and so, yeah, it was a part of the program. So,
okay.
Yeah, that's not abroad. I know.
Wow. That's funny.
It was on the list.
That's funny.
Mind you,
She said.
30, so maybe the tech, we won't question. But so she went over there, to study there. She was there for a few months, right? Which is damn street. But anyway, so as locals do, and when I went to go visit her, we were doing a bunch of local, things like that. I wanted to be immersed in the culture, and it was great. So it was a time to go to the cliff, and we went to a cliff. I mean, it's not a terrible high cliff. The point is, no, I could not swim. I still can't swim. Did I jump off the cliff? I did.
How'd you get out? They pull you?
No, I
You paddled?
well, in my head, in my 20-year-old head, I'm thinking, just watch how everybody else is doing it. And so I go from the back, not judging, I go from the back and I run and jump and just like cut like cannonball, right? And when I went into the water, I said, God, not today, please, not today. And so I'm going up like this, right? But I try not to panic, but in my head, like you said, I panic internally. And so I'm going up, and I'm like, oh, you're supposed to move your feet. But anyway, I end up getting up, right? No problem. I did not do it again, but I can say I did it.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm hearing you say is you are the living embodiment of if they jump off the cliff, I'm going to do it too. That's what I'm hearing you say. That's what I'm hearing you say.
That's basically what happened.
Yeah. So now I'm like, look, when I tell my kids, I tell them these stupid stories too. Like, look, I'm only here by the grace of God. Don't be stupid like me. I am not that parent to say, hey, don't do it because I said so. Don't do it because, and here's why. So yeah, I did a lot of stupid things in my 20s. But the point of it all is I harmed myself or put myself in danger, not other people. Because, I like people. I just didn't think about what could happen to me during certain things.
Everyone's going to the DJ party.
Yeah.
Ariana said that they have a stay-at-home order for Delaware.
Oh wow.
Make sure you go to the grocery store real quick and just buckle down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Non-perishables, please. Don't get a whole lot of fresh fruit.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's why I have cookies in the freezer. Cookies.
Not
Raven, can we go to the party? Can we go to the DJ party, Raven?
Sorry.
Apple party.
Apple.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's DJ D Nice. Can we go to the party, please?
Yes, we're going to the party.
Yay!
Okay, so let's wrap it up. We talked about so much today. I just want to remind everybody really quick. All 4 of us are going to be back on STEMbassy. I want you guys to share this if you enjoy this conversation tonight. If you enjoyed the energy, I am so excited to have them back next week. Next week, we're going to be a little bit more structured. We're going to play some games. Y'all going to go win some Amazon gift cards, okay? Yay. Get your life together in the quarantine. You go do your little cute online shopping. And yeah, so we will see you next Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the STEMbassy YouTube and
Facebook.
The Facebook. Okay. So
that's funny.
See you next week. Bye.
We're going to the DJ party. DJ D Nice.
DJ D Nice party on Instagram.
Club Corona.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Club Quarantine.